Yo, Angie, these up.
I'm on the ground, working on my rounds. Deep weak, my booty gets down. Where Willie at? Let me rematch Lamos. I won that fight, even ate that bitch toes. Ground a pound, Cormier is round. Martin Vittori, my pants upside down. Phil Davis taught me to take a down. Yeah, beat you in your hometown. Ground a pound, gotta win the round. Call me Cruz, my footwork slows them down. Yeah, I'm gonna get the crown. Yeah, bet on me, James Krause. I'm smoking like O'Malley, eating groceries like Patty. I'm getting low like Henry. 29 fights, still pretty. Black don't crack unless you're Mike Perry. The cage, I'll fight you in the lobby. Got the cat, I'll rob you like Doug Crosby. Yeah, put more hoes to sleep than Bill Cosby. Yeah, you know Dana writes me checks for punching bitches in their necks. You know my Germany's are the best. All natural little bitch, yeah, I'm that.
You know it.
You started leaving cause they be cheating.
Baby.
And I ain't the reason. Tito Ortiz digging them a ditch.
Yeah.
Then I teep them in the
Angie.
ground a pound, gotta win the round. Fight so close so I take that bitch down. Yeah, they mad cause I'm still around. Here forever, call me Matt Brown.
What's up, everybody? I'm Rob Nakamura here with the High Chief, Zac Pauga. Together, we're fully hydrated. I want to give a awesome shout out to the homie Adam Hunter, letting me use that clip. Obviously, that is the very wonderful and talented Angela Hill, but that whole thing was written by my dude, Mr. Hunter. So thanks for letting me give me the permission to run that. And Mr. Pauga, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And that was, I remember watching that when it first came out. It's like, and Adam's hilarious, but that dude, that is a hilarious little music video. And Angela does it well too. She can rhyme.
Yeah, she puts it together. She really delivered on that. There's quite a few that he's done over the years for that awards that are just awesome stuff. If you guys haven't seen Adam or done any of his stuff, go check him out. Go check him out live in his regular shows. But his MMA based content for us hardcore fight fans is so well done. Like, you get all the jokes. What I like about it is, like, I can't transfer those jokes to non-fight people. Like, none of those things I can just be like, hey, there's a really good Cormier joke in there. They're like, who? Like, anyways. But man, we had a good week. Awesome week of good action, good stuff, some breaking news, some interesting stories on the side. And thanks everybody for watching. And that one I got permission from Adam to use. But if you guys like the videos and stuff, like and subscribe nice and early, because YouTube makes me scrub them sometimes not. But regardless, we're gonna do what we do almost every week when we have the opportunity to, and we did because UFC was on their grind doing their stuff. The UFC Pump and Dump, where we look at the most recent series of events. This week was UFC Macau. So anybody on this list, top to bottom, we watched the whole fight. So anybody on this list can get some love. They could get some admonishment, some criticism, some what the hell is it doing. And folks, me and Zach are talking together, and we're talking with you, not just to you. So please join us. Anytime you want to drop a comment, come on in. We got you on X or on YouTube. We can bring your comments up. So join the conversation as we go along. But enough of me yamming around. I don't get to choose what we're pumping or dumping. Zach, my brother, what are we doing?
So I'm going to dump first. I'm going to dump first because it involves Angela Hill. I'm not dumping Angela Hill at all, right? I am dumping her opponent. I'm gonna butcher the name. I'm a weeb, so I usually do the Japanese names well. The Chinese names I do just as bad as everybody else. But I'm dumping Jiang Jingyan, right?
Sounds good to me. All right, let's run the clip.
Where like always, my dumps are not you lost the fight, right? It's not, oh, you didn't do like that's not what I'm here for. I'm speaking from experience. Jing Yan was a champion. She's a champion coming over from one. She's
good one.
She's in the Chinese market. The UFC was doing everything they could. They flew the ghost of Angela Hill to China to get her a win over a name that you guys knew. That was the setup. That was the setup. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience, right? My UFC debut coming off tough. I was the co-main event. And I against a guy coming up in weight class as I was going down in weight class. And I won that fight, but in a way that made the UFC mad. And Jing Yan lost this fight when they're trying to push you, right? And you don't get two chances. They're writing you off now. Like now her next fight is going to be against the next savage killer, the person that the UFC wants. It's going to be against one of these Brazilians that knocks people's heads off. Like and obviously, right? We all want to win fights. Jing Yan didn't want to lose the fight, but for the situation that she was in, it went about as bad as it could have.
So bad, dude. And to what you're saying, right? They need people to run the market, big potential there. But it's crazy to think how big the potential in that market is. And the UFC has not been able to capitalize for a great number of reasons. I'll get into that a little bit in just a second. But for Jing Yan to be as good of a champion as she was in one, and to be, like you said, just blasted out by a long in the game Hill was, I hate to say this, but this validates why the UFC is so slow, why they sandbag when it comes to acquiring these talents. All these people that were like, hey, that guy's badass over there, that guy's badass over there, why didn't you sign him, why didn't you get him? And they just slow burn. They don't pick up nobody. They pick up the one athletes, they pick up the slowest and the least. And this only feeds that. This goes, oh, well, that's why. Because now, just like you said, now they're just going to turn around, burn up her contract, use her as a stepping stone the other way. Here's this person off Contender Series, and they will smoke a one championship long. What she had, like 7 defenses over there, something really impressive. And it's like, oh, that means nothing. That chick is nothing. And that's the story that they're going to run now, just like you said. So good call on that dump. Well, I'm gonna run with the dump because that's what we do, but I'm gonna slightly give us credit. All right, we don't do lots of predictions. All right, me and Zach don't do lots of predictions. We give you main events, sometimes main event, co-main event, depending on who they put at the poster. All right, it depends on the poster is how much predictions you get from us. And we batted 1,000. You could have had a 2-for-2 parlay last week because we're that good. We both said the right people 2 times. And I just want to present the math on this, but I'll let you guys see what it is first. So, first off, congratulations to Alonzo Menafield. USA, all up in there. That was beautiful to see. Also, shout out to him, because if you guys didn't watch last episode, part of his success was because he was over there training with Zach in Colorado.
I'm not taking any credit for it.
I'm giving him credit. He's not taking any, and I'm just gonna say it anyway. But it could be the high elevation. That's why people go to places like Denver, folks. That's been a long trick in the fighter arsenal book to build up your arsenal. And he did it, man. He went over there and broke the script again, just like Angela Hill, just like in your dump. He was supposed to be the sacrificial lamb, almost 10 years the elder, all this mileage and stuff. He was set there. Another on paper, like, here you go, Mingyang, here you go. Like, hit this ball. I'm going to throw it right down the middle at a medium pace. And Zoe's the one that ran that shit. What's up, dude? Good to see you rising. And I couldn't have been more happier in that moment for him. Also, the commentator said it during the thing, but they're like, this is the most emotion I've ever seen out of Alonzo. That dude is stoic. If anybody deserves the word stoic, that dude's stoic. And just to see him with that happy, I guess, getting that proverbial monkey off your back, or just having the script written against you doesn't feel good. So
Well, and that's the big thing, dude. Like I mean, maybe we are dumb. Fighters are dumb. We're not that dumb, right? We know when the promotion is sending us to lose. You
Right.
know when they send you to Macau to fight a Chinese guy that they want you to the Chinese Tiger, right? That's his fight name. We know what the script is. And when you flip that and then you turn that, it's so nice. It's like that's like you put it all against me and you still came out on top. This is awesome.
Eat it, right? You don't say that because they still write your checks, but you want to just eat it, motherfuckers. Yeah, so happy for him. And you're probably wondering, dude, Rob, I thought you said this was a dump. You're over here just giving love constantly. All right, I'm getting to it. My dump is the math here. China, according to Google, 1.4 billion people in their lovely country. They have two good UFC fighters, and Ming Yang ain't one of them. So that's my dump. My dump is, how the fuck do you have a country of that many people, home of the original martial arts? People go to Japan. Well, guess what? The people from Japan migrated from China. Learn your history, bro. And that's the fucking truth. Like, how is the home of traditional martial arts so vacant? And I've heard it. I've seen it online. People are like, well, they don't get to practice and this and that. Dude, there's less than 1 million Hawaiians. And guess what? What's up? You know, so I just want to say, like, I don't believe that shit. And China, you got some work to do, brah.
Well, dude, and not just so. And Zay, like, you can look at my record, guys. Right? I got 6 losses. I've done dumb things before. I've had horrible fight IQ before. There's always reasons for it. So that's just what I'll say about Zhang. Like, horrible fight IQ. If you're fighting, Alonso's not like, Alonso's very, very good, but he is world class, elite, number 1 in the world at one thing, punching power, right? So what? Don't go stand right in front. Zhang just stood right there. Let's figure out right now. Well, we figured it out. We figured out there was no jab and move. There was no anything. He just wanted to test his power against Alonso's, which if he would have come out on top, we're saying the other thing. Oh, we all said not to do it and he did it. Well, that's cool when it happens. It didn't happen. You know?
Yeah, his name is not Atomic for a reason. Like, what, like, play word association, and I guess maybe there's a translation gap going on, because like what's word association? Atomic power, like, right? That's like so why play the power game, like you're saying, with that guy who, like, you know, with much respect to Menifield, I've watched all of his UFC fights, watched his entire career. Yeah, he's a warrior. He comes to fight you. He's not like, there's other part of the game, like you said, that Ming Yang could have explored, did not explore. He didn't even try what would arguably be, and what people have known, is like, just get Alonso past the 2.5 round mark, right? And he's half as dangerous as he usually is, which is still plenty fucking dangerous. But like, he didn't.
I didn't come up with this saying. This is a known fight world saying, right? The chocolate melts in the third. That's what when there's a big scary black guy that knocks your head off, chocolate melts in the third, guys. That's what you do. You don't test it in the first minute, right?
Yeah, do not do that or suffer the consequences. All right. Well, we have swerving lines over here, but we stayed true to the thing. We got a second part to this, and that is the pump, my dude. So what we got?
The pump. So I got to go both ways for the same exact reason. I'm pumping Song Yudong.
Oh, so
not only since I shitted on guillotines has there been a guillotine finish every week since then. However, but like everything we said for Jing Yang, that triple for Song. They made you the main event. You are flying the Chinese flag. The UFC is doing everything they can to make you a star, to get you views, get you likes. So you got to get a finish. You can't just squeak out a win, right? That's like I said, that's what I did. I squeaked out a boring decision because I was scared to lose. You got to go for it. And there's nothing like I've said, there's nothing more going for it than jumping guillotine and going to the bottom. Like you did it, you got the finish, you did everything that you did the script, right? And that's almost harder than what Alonzo did. Like when you're supposed to lose, like who gives a shit? Oh, sure, I'm going to go out there and throw hammers. I'm supposed to lose. But when you're supposed to win and win emphatically, that's so much pressure and it's so much harder to do that, to live up to the script.
Let's add the context of the event as it's unfolding. I'm sure the pressure was on him since the billing got made and the location was set months ago, right? It's already like, hey, there's this thing on me. But as the night unfolds, Chinese fighter after Chinese fighter after Chinese fighter just losing and losing and losing. And shout out to the Chinese fans for not like booing. Obviously, they're cheering harder for the original guys, but when the other people won, except for like one person because it was their speech. But like other than that, they were pretty supportive of just the outcome of the match. But I think if I was Song, and luckily I'm not, but if I was Song in the back room, just seeing the dominoes falling as they are over and over and over, the pressure he must have been thinking, you got 1.4 billion people's hopes and dreams now on you. Like you are the last stand of all of the entire tribe is on your back. That is so heavy, bro. And to pull that out, like guys, if you guys played in sports at all, you just know the game-winning shot or the last play of the game or whatever sport you came from, that is so much awesome, weird pressure. And for him to come out the way he did, plus, I'm going to go fanboy a little further, to hit the guillotine nice and tight and sneaky like his mentor, like Uriah Faber, the guy who's been in his corner since day one, to be able to hit it like him, like that, on the big stage with all the pressure and all, like, dude, like, just
that's another piece that I didn't even touch on, right? He's been kind of up and down since going to Alpha Male. And obviously he like believes in them and likes them and stays with them. And this is from like me as a fighter, like I don't care about myself when I lose. Like I don't when I lose, like it doesn't hurt my feelings at all for like, oh, people are not going to think I'm good. What hurts me the most when I lose is that like my coaches and my team, these dudes that put their businesses behind me, like they look bad. If people are going like, oh, I don't want to go to that gym. That guy trains there. That's like what hurts me even more. And so 100% for him to hit Uriah's move there and stick with Alpha Male through all the trials and tribulations he's had, it's awesome.
Yeah, just a story inside of a story and a beautiful one at that. Loved it. Well, we seem a little top heavy. We seem a little main card heavy. My pump is gonna bring some freshness, some fresh face, and some earlier prelim action. Shout out to this bro, Mr. Rodrigo Vera, upper weight class, short notice, arguably sent to lose. You don't get sent to China with against the Chinese guy to win. Like all this stuff, you know, hey kid, just get in there, you know, pay your dues. And he got snubbed for Ultimate Fighter, right? Mm-hmm. That's the story behind the story. Got snubbed for Ultimate Fighter, not his weight class. All like literally just give the guy the most shittiest fucking odds or appreciation or welcome to the league, and he says, "Screw you. I'm here to win. Hold my beer, watch this," and just does it, man. So could I be more happy for Mr. I'm like instantly a fan of this. I like Cheeto, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Rodrigo Vera. That is, once again, that's sport, baby. That's what it's all about. Like, fuck your script, fuck your bullshit. I'm here to win, and he did it.
Well, and two things. I'm glad that you brought this fight up because I have two things to say about this fight. The first one is kind of like, and to Mr. Vera, like that the feeling that he had going into this, you got to hold on to that, and that's kind of something I'm just getting now after I left the UFC, that like fuck it, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do feeling. That's how you win fights like that. That's how you get big crazy knockouts. Because the more pressure and the more uncertain, and you're like, oh, I gotta win. Oh, I'm supposed to be this. I'm supposed to do that. Makes you hold back, and fighting is not a place that you want to hold back. The second part that it so pisses me off so much, I swear, God, this is my conspiracy. A conspiracy hat. The refs know who the A side and the B side is. Like they gave Zoo every chance to like get back up and get back into it. He ate 4 extra shots while he's face down on the ground because the refs going, "Come on, Zoo, like you got to get up, dude." And then he's like, "I need to save your life here. Like I can't let you die here in China."
Right. Yeah, folks, that's a deep story. I think we should investigate and go deeper into the whole A side, B side, promotional interest, how the promoters talk to these refs before the events. I've been there, seen it. I know how it works. Zac's been in the mix of it. So there's a lot to it, folks. So just be careful. Want to bring this comment up just because I thought it was relevant, and shout out to Azur for supporting the channel. Song is entering his prime. He didn't wear the pressure at all, and he did. He said he did as he said, and he fought patiently, which, I mean, capital letters, great job. He did what everybody. I know it sucks. It kind of probably sucked real bad for the Chinese audience to just see dude after dude after lady after lady after dude just get losses. But then to finish your night, you're only good as the last one. And to finish on that high note, they went berserk. They were like having such a great time. And I was like, yes, I'm glad you folks get to have like some fun leaving the arena, and hope you guys, have a solid memory with that, all that good stuff that goes with it. All right, real quick, we'll also shout out to the people who participate in the polls. I know this fight was at a weird time. It concluded at 7 a.m. Pacific. I stayed up through the night. It was rough. It was weird.
You stayed up?
I stayed up. My plan was to take a nap earlier in the day and be like super good. I missed that opportunity. Stuff happened, and I just tapped into a younger version of myself and just pulled an all-nighter, and it went well.
I just got up early. I just woke up early.
Yeah, you lucky time zone person. It was still pretty early for you, wasn't it?
No, I got up at like 4:30, and I caught Angela's fight was the first one that I saw.
Gotcha. All right, well, shout out to everybody who participated and came in. We had small amount of votes, but 100% of the people loved it, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter how many, but it does matter that everybody's in consensus. They had a good time watching the fight. So thank you everybody who participated there. And I just want to get a couple of comments in. So there was Carbazel, shout out. I'll let you know later. And I picked this one because at least he's honest. And he told me that before. He's like, dude, I got jiu-jitsu Saturday morning. I can't be staying up all night. I'm going to watch it. I'll catch it later. So I'm waiting for his actual comment on how he feels about this. Let's go to Sir Francis Muir. I didn't watch it. Another person that was awesome and honest because of time zones. People had stuff to do. They're not weirdos like me who just make weird life commitments and still show up. All right. To some actual stuff. Rising Ranks, who's in the comments earlier, shout out Rising. He said, I love it, man. I'm pumped. Competitive fights. I'm adding the S to that because I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. And last but not least, Chase, Mr. Chase Fuller's. Nothing better than an underrated in name value, in quotation mark, card over delivers with talent. Yes. And real fans know, true fans know, you obviously certain cards are stacked and you can say, oh, that's cool, but you don't know the quality of the fights until they fight. Like until the men and women get in there, exchange blows, sweat goes flying, you have no idea how good it is. And it was really good. So shout out to everybody who participated. We'll be dropping those post-fight. After every fight, drop your information in and we'll get to it. All right. Just a reminder, folks, like and subscribe. Drop your comments on X or on YouTube. We got you. bring your comments in, talk about whatever you want to talk about. But in the meantime, we're gonna get to a little our second most traditional thing we do here is look to the very next UFC event and make a prediction. Main event only. We're not doing the whole card. There's lots of other people who do the whole card. Bilal Muhammad, Gabriel Bonfim, let's go. Big time fight. Crossing of the guards, perhaps. Moment. I don't know. What's the thinking, bro?
So that's exactly what this is. What does Bilal have left? Right, former champion, like went on a crazy, insane run to win his belt, to get the title shot, but then kind of got embarrassed by JDM, and now we've seen the struggles that JDM has had, and it's like that MMA math is MMA math not being a thing is a meme in and of itself. However, it makes you look bad when the guy that made you look like a punk gets punked twice in a row, right? So we got to see what Bilal has left. We got to see who he is, who he wants to be, and this is like the perfect test. This guy, if you are who you say you are, if you're the number one contender, you're in the title mix, he should wreck Bonfim. And I'm picking Bilal. Well, that's a long way for me to say that. I still think Bilal has some juice left. I think still going. I'm picking Bilal.
Oh, all right. Glad that you went that route. I thought that was a whole setup to go with the new blood. Yeah. You had me. You had me. All right, that's what's up.
I think that just 170, like there goes in waves. Right now, 170 is murderer's row. 170 is the most stacked competitive division in the UFC. And the fact that Bilal, like JDM and Bilal are damn good. There just happens to be 4 other guys that are better than them.
Right. I want to agree with you. And my first reaction is to go with Bilal, but I'm going with the younger talent here. I really think that Bilal's best time, his peak activity, time for activity has passed. I think he's kind of, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like he's gotten away from being the mauler that he once was. He used to like just be on top of you, put people down. Now it just seems like people can anti-wrestle him. So then he's forced to be into striking. And if that's the case, if that is what happens, I don't think this contest is close at all in a striking manner between the two of them. It's a matter of like, can Bilal harness his old ways? And I used to beat the drum for that. And it just seems time and time again, the young lion comes through with something new, something fresh. But who knows? You could be right. I would like Bilal to win, but I'm going to go with Bonfim on this one. And we disagreed. This is the first. It's been a couple weeks since we disagreed on a pick. So yay, difference there. Gonna get to this question because it's unique and different. Rod, you collect UFC cards. I don't. Respectfully, I don't. I think they're cool. Like, I'm not against them. There's only one person's card I have, and that's this guy behind me, Mr. Royce Gracie. I got his card. That's the only card I got. I guess that's a collection, so I guess it's a yes. I've just lied to you. I have a collection of one. I have one collection. Thanks for that question. All right, so there was like so much other stuff going on this week. There was a lot of fights in the Asian region going on. I didn't get to catch everything, but there was a couple of things I think people were tapped into, and I'm always glad that one of them is arguably the greatest promotion out there. BKFC always throwing down some entertainment, and the return, well, not really the return because Darren's been active recently, but Darren Till making his bare knuckle debut, all kinds of question marks on it. Really good stuff. And let's get to a little highlight of what basically this is like literally a concise, if you miss the fight, this is the fight. Like, this is it basically. Bang. Till gets dropped first round, has to pick himself up. Second round, gets his money back. Like that's the story, folks. That's the story. He gets one. He wears it. Comes back around. Bang. Try mine. Oh, you can't handle. End the story. So good for you, Darren. Good for you, man. I had no idea what was going to happen.
So I'm trying to think of how to word this. Like, the rule set makes the fighter. A fighter can be amazing in one rule set and like average in another. But one of the things that I like personally like about boxing is I like the 8 count. Like, the 8 count stops freak losses, right? He got chinned. He got chinned, went down. If this is a UFC fight, he probably loses, right? He probably gets ground and pounded, gets TKO'd, or gets held down. Like, he gets to take a breath. He gets to go 8 seconds and go, oh, okay, now I've got to read on his speed. Bang, I'm going to knock him out. And like, for me, from what I like to see in fights, I like the breakdowns, the tactical analysis. I love that. That's what I love to see. I don't like a dude gets sparked early and just gets swarmed, and he's not even like taking damage, but they have to wave it off because he's not intelligently defending himself, you know?
Yeah, 100%, man. And a conversational point that was happening online, something you commented on, and then all the cockroaches came out on, because you pointed out the very obvious, because people have such short-term memory loss in our community, and it's really weird. Yeah, he didn't retire from MMA completely. He didn't get cut. He asked for a medical leave because he wanted to juice, just like you said. That's what it was, his reason. Hey, I want to get healthy. To get healthy, I got to use some stuff that's not allowed in competition. Very respectable, by the way. If you know you're going to do some stuff for yourself, hey, do it for you. Do it for yourself. Just take a time out from competition. Ta-da. Cool. Done deal. And then people acting like brand new, acting like, oh, look at this guy, he's on the juice. Well, fucking, he said that, right? He told them.
And this is the thing about people getting mad at me in my comments. How dare you say Darren Till would ever put something foreign in his body? I go, I didn't say it. He said it. He told us. He told us. And then it's like, oh, wait, he got in better shape. He got older and in better shape. That like he got more ripped and shoulder definition as he got older. Crazy.
He muscle density, fat percentage, all of it. And his chin got a little better.
Exactly.
Wow, all of that stuff. Geez.
And he gained vascularity. He got listen, guys. If you don't know, I'll give you the number one way. You can tell if anyone's on steroids. The number one way. It's the shoulders. Like,
3D
do you know how since I was 7 years old, I've been doing flies, trying to get big poppy shoulders, right? It doesn't happen if you're not on the juice. And vascularity, right? Just veins up through your body. It doesn't just magically happen, especially to a guy like Till that's been training since he was like 7 years old in Muay Thai in Brazil. And then now at 36 or whatever he is, he just happens to have vascularity now. It's like, that's from sauce. And that's fine. I'm not even mad at him. It's just the people that are like getting in. Dude,
British fan base. The British fan base.
I almost got off X because people were just like so truthfully saying, or so confidently just being wrong about everything. Like people were just like, the BKFC test, the BKFC drug test, and they're showing the Juggernaut, whatever his name is, that he failed the test. I go, well, no, the BKFC didn't test. California tested him. They go, well, yeah, that's just as good as USADA. I go, no, it's not. USADA is 24/7, 365. But people like arguing with me, and even worse, I'm arguing with them. I'm like spending my time arguing with these people that don't even know what they're talking about. Know nothing about what they're talking about.
That's why we have this podcast, my brother, is so we can bring the factual realness of what the game is and what the game isn't to the the wonderful people who spend their time watching this, not just this, but watching the sport as a whole, watching the different variations of the sports, so they can understand deeply of what they're actually watching and how it actually works. Because a lot of people just want to believe everything is clean and on the level. But no, folks, a lot of shit is American Gladiators. And if you know what I'm referencing, God bless you. All right. There's still a couple more clips from BKFC. I don't want to let them down, so let's go.
He's in bad trouble. His face is a wreck at this point. He's getting hit often. He's hurt. Big right hand. There's the jab from Cahoon on the up jab. Short left hand from Ford just before the bell. That ends this fight.
And genuinely, it was 5 rounds of that. That was a fucking banger of a fight. Great stuff.
Listen, I want to say one more thing. I want to say one more thing on my soapbox.
Yeah, of course.
If you're a bare knuckle boxer, I want you to juice. I want you to juice. I don't care. I'm not saying anything negative, but you're not bare knuckle boxing for longevity, right? You're doing it to bring violence and entertainment and juice up, take care of yourself, do everything that you could do. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm not saying those guys were juiced, but I want every fight to be like that. I want all those fights. Like, that is what BKFC is giving us, because they're not wasting time and money with bullshit like USADA, right? With waking me up at 5 a.m. and making me pee in a cup and stuff.
Or being Paulo Costa and being mid-weight cut, and then you want some blood from me while I'm mid-weight cut. That was crazy. I just want to say this, a little bit off topic, but on topic, because that was a fight of the night. I would like to say, if a fight is fight of the night, I think neither guy loses. Like, how could it be? How could either guy lose? If it's fight of the night and nobody got finished, you go the distance, that's fight of the night. To me, that means everybody won. Everybody in the arena, everybody watching on TV, the 2 brothers who just gave it. Maybe it's ladies. Maybe the ladies did it. Like, I think that's a win. Everybody, it should just be dubs for everybody. That's just a random thought of me.
Dude, and I don't know how many like fighters watch, how many like aspiring or amateur or low-level fighters watch this show. My career changed, my entire career changed as far as like making money and getting offers when I lost Fight of the Night on DBX1, right? It wasn't really from having shitty wins in the UFC, you know. It's because I went out there, I put it on the line, put on an amazing show, had a split decision that didn't go my way, and I got a bonus. I got into a Karate Combat's tournament, all these things, because people goes, oh, this dude brings it. This guy throws down. So yes, it was an L on my record, but it was a win everywhere else in my life.
Yeah, and I guess that's where I'm going with this, is that if it's a split decision and fight of the night simultaneously, the commission should just make it a draw. Like, that's just a draw. It should be. Like, that's the most drawest thing if a draw could be a draw. That's that.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, dude, and I brought this up. We brought this up so many times. So the boxing or the fight records, it's just so dumb that they last forever. Like, it's just so dumb that your losses from my losses from 2022 are going to be on there for the rest of my life. You know, like, it's just so dumb. They don't show the Broncos losses from last year even, right? They show the current season.
That's real, bro. That's real. Yeah, in BKFC, they do often ask everyone to applaud both fighters before they announce the winner. And BKB too. Yes, that's good. Honor the warriors. Honor the participants of that moment that they gave to us. Solid. Well, there's one more, because this, you know, the expression, sometimes you be the hammer, sometimes you got to be the nail. Well, in this highlight, you clearly know who the hammer is, and you clearly know the nail is, and use your count from Sesame Street voice and see how many you see.
There's definitely been animosity. Rob Nakamura. sending a message.
Knockdown number 2.
Okay, he's going to get knocked out if he does.
Final seconds, round number 1. Left hook, knockdown number 3. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Ready on the jab, left hand, knockdown number 4. Next jab. And the stalking pressure. Ringo Franco on the right hand. We might be done. The 5th knockdown of this fight.
And he looks extremely hurt. Yeah, they might want to stop at this point. He might get up, but man, he's hurt.
This fight is over. Rico Franco is now the big.
And that's it. Five knockouts, knockdowns into a knockout. Dude, that was awesome. And like, how can I hate on anything? I know that's not competitive. Like the fight of the night we just see, this was the polar opposite of that. They're just a dude eating bombs. But shout out to his heart, man. Like a lot of guys could have quit way before that. And he just said, nah. I didn't. It's put the Stan Marsh meme from South Park. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't hear no bell.
No bell.
Like, yeah, dude.
Well, dude, and it's another. I mean, it's just the theme of the night of just glazing BKFC's rule set. Like, it gave him as much opportunity as he wanted, and I love that. You want to stay in this fight? We're going to give you as much as we can. But to the winner, it said, hey, you put this dude down 3 times in a round, you win. Like it was no these weird like, oh, was that a 10-8 round? Like there was no like ambiguity. Both sides knew what was happening. You're going to get 8 seconds and you're going to get back up. You put him down 2 more times and this fight's over. Like I love that. That makes for moments like this, it makes for interesting fights. And it saves that guy. Believe it or not, it actually saves that guy a little bit of damage as opposed to just laying on the ground and eating shots for 25 minutes in a title fight. You know?
Right. Yeah, good stuff. Shout out once again, BKFC, never disappointing. On to the next big event that was happening the weekend. I wish I could say not disappointing, but like kind of super disappointing. Boxing. This is my love letter to you. All right. Like, I love you. I watch you. I support you. Even when you really sucked in like the late 2000s and early teen 10s. But come on, man. Like, I get it. Like, I get money makes the world go round. Cash rules everything around me. One of my favorite gifts. I put it on everything. And it's just at a certain point, you got to let the sport be a sport, man. Like, please, suit and ties, get out of the way and let the sport be the sport. All the eras where people talk fondly about boxing, where they reminisce about boxing in the 80s and 90s, was because top guys were beating top guys and MMA math was boxing math, and it didn't work out because this guy would beat that guy, and when that guy fought this guy, he would lose, and so on and so forth. And it made it so good that you were clamoring to see them fight all the time. Not this fight 16 people not on your level and then maybe kind of sort of will do this thing. And my point is neither Stephanie Han nor Holly Holm are built proteges like that or pedigreed fighters like that, but that I'm just gonna show a clip. I'm gonna shut up and just show the clip.
Get more in range. Get closer.
Well, when you have a fighter that takes a step back like that, you double up the jab.
Double up, triple up the jab.
And you close his face before you drop in your power shot.
There's another clip.
It was here, the straight left right here by Holly Holm. Perfect picture. Beautiful. Snapped her head back. That was a...
I know scoring in boxing is different. A lot of times MMA people cross over to watch boxing and they go, dude, she's getting more damage. Yeah, but it's clean, effective offense, scoring clean shots, and defense. All of that is part of the scoring mix. And Holly was winning in all those categories. If you take it wasn't just the power hand, which Holly was landing more better. Stephanie Han was landing some sweet combos. Was there rounds that Miss Han won? Definitely. Did she light up and pop Holly a few times? Definitely. But over the course of the 10 rounds, Holly landed more accurately with more volume. Her defense was better. She was making Stephanie miss using her movement. The term ring generalship does not even barely apply in MMA, but it has a place, once again, in the defensive art of the scoring criteria of boxing. Holly won that fight, man. And it was so rough. It was so rough to see the promoted A side get the it was bad. It was just bad judging. And it's like, maybe this is coincidence. Maybe it's just too soon from last week where we saw a superstar from another sport, Rico from kickboxing, come over and almost make history happen and get robbed. Then Holly, this is a rematch because the other fight had a cut that made it all weird and ended quickly. So they said, you know what, let's run it back, ladies. And Holly has the chance at 44 years old to become make history of a whole nother level, do something that's literally not been done or even come close to being done, and does the work in the ring to get chopped at the knees. It just made me want to throw stuff. I just wanted to throw stuff, man. That's all I can say.
So I didn't watch it live. And I hate when people say robbery for close fights. So when everyone was saying robbery, corruption, all this, I went back and watched it. Because that's my initial thought immediately is like, well, it was close, right? Like Canelo Triple G, right? It's close, so they just said it's a draw. All this stuff. I go back and watch it, and I'm like 3 rounds in. I go, well, it's got to change. I'm like 2 more rounds. I'm like, oh, it's got to change. No, dude, that was corruption. That was pure, and you're probably right that it has to do with the Rico fight, right? They're like, we can't let another person come over and win one of our belts, win a championship. In that quote that you just said, dude, that's the best thing. Let the sport be a sport. Like I promise you, boxing. I promise you that people will like it if you let the best person win. I promise you that's what all these other sports, all these other real sports, team sports are built off of, is the best person winning. And people love that. And that's what people want. They don't care about, I mean, obviously some people that bet care about the odds, but like as far as viewership and paying and all that stuff, people just want to see the best. They want to see the person that performs the best on fight night, not the name, not know who they know the best. They want to see the best.
Yes, that's it. I mean, man, you take my opinion, take your opinion, take the people's opinion, but let's go to some other leverage of conversation. The commentators were all shocked. The commentators themselves were all like, yeah, I think Holly won this match. She did good enough. So they were all shocked. And then the live odds, folks. Live odds, Holly was the underdog from the start of the match through the fight. The odds just kept shifting and shifting. By the final round, Holly became the favorite fighter. That's the bookies changing their mind and hedging their flow, which is arguably, shout out my lovely Las Vegas, is arguably the greatest sign that the tides have turned and that person has won the fight. The house is now changing their stance to guard the vault. Like,
yeah, they're not trying to give money away. They're not trying to just go, oh yeah, let's give our money away.
Yeah. So all of that put together is just like, man, that's my argument. Well, I think I'm going to stop crying about this because there was something good. There was something really good on this event. Let's just see it and then we'll talk about it.
Shot by Serrano. I don't know if Hansen is going to be able to stand on that kind of power.
Down to the body goes Serrano. Get back on top. Referee says, show me something.
And that, folks, is seeing history tied up. Amanda Serrano tying the all-time women's KO record with the great Christy Martin. It's been a long time since that record has even been challenged, since it's even been there. Now, some people were like, well, they put her with the can. There's only so much talent. If you go look up the ladies boxing stuff, like there's not a whole lot of participants. and Amanda's already beat a whole lot of them. So cry about it, I guess. Like, what you gonna do? Is the field is the field. But it doesn't take away anything. Like, you go and get how off the top, I think I have it 32 KOs, right? I mean, like, guys, ladies, mostly the guys talking. You couldn't get 32 fucking knockouts against children, okay? Like, stop it. Just stop it. Like, stop with the hate. Like, that shit's pretty fucking cool. Good to see. Hope she breaks the record. Kind of not, because I kind of like Ms. Martin as well. But it's all good. Like, records got to fall sometime, and it's great to see. It was good to see that. That was kind of like my happy place on this card.
Dude, and she's so entertaining. She puts on such good fights, such entertaining fights, and it's like every once in a while, they're like, say what you want about female fights. Every once in a while, there's a chick that puts on entertaining fights. Serrano's one of them, right? Cyborg's one of them. And it's so shocking, right? When like you said, will they put her in there with a can? And it's like, that can gets paid too, right? Like, she doesn't want to lose. She had a training camp. She's going in there swinging. Like, what is Amanda supposed to do? Oh, they put me in with a can. I guess I'm not going to knock her out. No, like, she did what she was supposed to do.
You throw a 20-something punch combo and you finish the night, you know? With that being said, longtime Amanda fan, been a fan of hers for a very long time, but I became a fan of her because if a lot of people don't give them the credit for this, because you know how, like, we talked about this a week or so ago of like, hey, I became a Nate Diaz fan because I was Nick. I was a fan of Nick, and it transferred over. Short story, if you guys don't know, Cindy Serrano, her older sister, actually fights very similar to Amanda. She no longer fights. But if you want to watch some ladies boxing of a lady who walks forward and tries to shove her knuckles down your face, go watch some Cindy Serrano fights. Just saying. If you're interested in some not that long ago ladies fight history, it was really good. Very entertaining stuff. All right. So that kind of runs down the major action. I know there were some other events, but I did not watch them. If you guys watch some stuff that you guys want to comment or drop in on, please let us know. But peripherally, there was some other news. I guess that's the word, news, in the combat sports sphere of things and stuff. And man, Tom goddamn Aspinall, this guy, right? This guy, I don't know if anybody can systematically lower their stock anymore, like, in any way, shape, or form. This guy has ruined his own brand in the most unique. Like, normally guys go and do something like dumb outside the cage, like go do something violent or criminal, and then it's like, oh, I hate you. He's doing not any of that. He's just putting mud on his own stuff with the most ridiculous claims, with the most crybaby shit over and over and over and over. And it's comical. It's funny to me at this point, man. Like, I just don't know. I almost feel like this is like what companies do when they want to like buy back their own stock at a low price, but he's not publicly traded. There's no tactic to this. There's no windfall that can come from this. It's weird behavior by the on paper heavyweight champion.
Listen, I'm here to defend Tom. I'm here to defend. I don't have any beef with. What is he supposed to do? What
Fight?
He got poked in the eye. So he's supposed to just let Sirgan cheat. Let Sirgan cheat and then go and then lose his belt.
But that's happening here. In this scenario, he's told the manager, so he's using the manager shield. Go talk to Dana.
Right.
I'm gonna
so he gets fouled. He gets fouled, put out of it, and the guy that fouled him, they go, oh, you get to go fight a fat light heavyweight to take the belt again at the biggest card of the entire year, right? That's your. I'd ask for release too.
No,
Eddie
no.
Hearn promised to pay him triple what the UFC's paying him. Triple what the UFC's paying him. Dude.
I love that we disagree on this. No, because if you're so healthy, Mr. Eye Poke guy, if your eyes are so your eyes are so fresh that you want to be released to go fight for more money, so your eyes don't work for you signed a contract, so your eyes don't work for this price, but your eyes are suddenly healthy for triple the price, so I can fix your eyes with money. I'm like reverse Jesus. I just throw money at your face and your eyes are better.
I will say
that part
that he took a I hope it was calculated, but he took a big risk. He took a big risk signing with Eddie Hearn, right? Like that was a massive gamble that he's hoping Eddie can get him out of his contract. And right now Eddie's trying to get him out by talking shit to Dana, like to dare him. I bet you let him out. Like that's that. I will say that is not intelligent. This has not been a smart move by Tom to go sign with Dana's enemy, who now is going to negotiate your deals for you, and then give him the green light to talk shit to Dana. I will admit that I don't think that's the smartest move. However, like I would be pissed if I was Tom as well. I would be pissed. I would try and handle it a little smarter, I hope, than he has, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault that Cyril Gahn poked him in the eye.
Okay, we're past the eye poke part though. Like I'm not even. I say you gave me one. I'll give you one. I'll let him be injured. I'll let him shop for 3 doctors and then find a 4th doctor that says it's hurt. I'll let him get LASIK 6 months later and then call it brown surgery. Whatever. Okay, I'll back off. I'll let. Okay, you give me one. I'll give you one. But again, this has nothing to do with his eyeball health. This is not him saying I can no longer compete. He's not retiring.
This is the same thing as Ngannou. No one was hating on Ngannou when Ngannou wanted to leave the UFC because he was mad at Dana because Dana wouldn't give him health insurance and pay his opponents $2 million.
The difference was Ngannou was stuck in the 1-year championship, non-negotiating, whatever the term is. Free agency window. His free agency window was closed because he was the champion. So he was out of his contract. He had fought out his contract. If Tom had fought out his contract, which he hasn't, he still's got 2 more on there. And that's the part. That's
for the people that don't know, right? When you win the belt, when you are you have a contract. You have a fight contract that has a certain amount of fights on it, right? When you win the belt, once your contract is out, every time you win, unless you negotiate something new, it gets an automatic 1 fight, 1 year renewal, right? That's what Rob is talking about. That's what Ngannou was on. He fought out his contract, he won the belt, and then he sat out that year and then left, right? That's not what Tom is doing. Tom is still under when he fought my teammate Curtis Blades, right? For at the time the interim belt, he signed a new deal for that one in case he won the belt. The UFC is smart and they get ahead of these things. And he signed a new contract, which now he's only fought. He won that belt and he fought Gahn. He's only 2 fights into that contract, right? And like there you go. Like you signed the deal. That's really all there is to say about it. That's really all there is to say about it. But he wants out. And he's going about it in a weird way of having Dana's like most hated rival talking crap to him on TV.
Folks, if you want out of a divorce, like you want a divorce because you're unhappy in your marriage, you got to pay the price. You got to go to court. You got to get an attorney. You might not. Maybe you're an attorney. I don't know. But there's going to be some shit to pay. And his debt to pay is those 2 fights. And like you said, signing up with Eddie is not gonna. You think Dana White is gonna be like, okay, let's just. Here's this guy that his entire name value was built off of us. So let me just throw you into the free market so you can go make money overseas or whatever in a boxing match. So you can be Rico's story part 2. No, that's not gonna happen. They would soon rather just melt your whole career, put you on ice, and freeze your ass.
Well, and this is the part that is the worst, and like there's being like justified, there's like being legally justified, and there's doing like the right thing. And let me tell you the one that Dana cares about, right? He only cares what he's justified in doing, and he is absolutely justified legally through a signed document to make Tom sit for the next 2 years. And for you guys that don't know, if his eyes okay, right? If he's medically cleared to fight, every time they offer him I forget what the exact legal terms is, a viable fight. When they offer him a fight that he could take and he turns it down, that time on his contract extends. It extends the duration that it takes them to find another viable fight. So if they want to, they're legally capable of just of us never seeing Aspinall fight again, right? Unless he accepts the fights, they could offer him to fight, Cyril Gahn on Christmas Day. Like they could wait and see to offer him on his kid's birthday every year. Like they could just offer him those fights, and he keeps turning them down, and he keeps staying stuck under contract.
Yep, that's it. And thank you for highlighting that part. I think we just dropped some fat contract knowledge in this episode. All right. Well, I would love it if he was the only man bringing drama to the table, but we've talked about this over a year ago, it feels like. And unfortunately, it's made news again. Hero of mine, personal icon of the sport, personal icon to me, to the people of Hawaii, BJ Penn, unfortunately, or fortunately, depends on your point of view, because I kind of want him to be mentally fit, but the fact that he's so much shit.
That's what I saw about it. Where I was like happy when I misread this at first and sent it to you, but I was happy that it's like, okay, he's the doctors think he's okay.
Right. So he's be saying some crazy shit, but I guess everybody's allowed to say some crazy shit. I say some crazy shit, but the doctors have deemed him mentally fit to stand trial. He's got a multitude of charges. He's been arrested 5 times since Memorial Day 2025, which is a lot, folks. I don't know how much times you've been arrested, but that's a lot.
and so just so people have more of a understanding of what this actually means, right? The doctor's not saying that he's not like crazy. They're not saying that he doesn't have issues. They're not saying that he's not addicted to drugs. What being mentally fit means is that you know the difference between right and wrong, right? And it gets messed up, and it gets with the legal definition, what it actually means when someone's found mentally unfit, which has been like, it's become like a political tool recently. But what it's supposed to be is that you don't actually know that it's bad to steal things, like, or you didn't know that it was not okay to kill somebody. That is what it actually is for. And the United States justice system, right? We're going down a different hole now. You have 2 things. You have actus reus and mens rea, right? You have the guilty act, doing bad things, and the guilty mind, knowing that it was bad to do. You need both to convict someone of a crime. And if they're incompetent, if they don't know it's wrong to do things, you don't have mens rea. There's your law lesson for the day, guys.
Dude, we somehow have turned into like an educational platform. We went from hardcore MMA channel to education plus. Great, thank you for that explanation, my dude. Always good stuff on that. But like when it comes back to BJ, I said it before and I mean it. BJ, I love you. If I can help you in any way, people around close to BJ, if we can help in any way, we want to help. This is one of those where it's not like I'm being a blind fan and be like, hey, you can go and push your mom or whatever other, silly goose stuff he did to get arrested. Like, hey, bro, you did dumb stuff. You did dumb stuff. You got to face it. But it's clear as day to like everybody that he needs some kind of help. So whatever the case is, I hope that help happens. I just don't want to see him just get thrown into jail, which is not a great place, folks. And if he doesn't get help there, or there's some kind of, whatever, like, hey, we're all grown ups. We gotta face the music. Whatever happened, or didn't happen. The law is gonna figure it out. The court's got all the information, but I just hope he gets help, bro, because that's everybody said it. You've said it multiple times. Like typically, this kind of delusional behavior doesn't end well, so he needs some kind of help. And I think there's plenty of people who want to help him. I just hope the help reaches him at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. And the hardest part, right? What you said is well. He's done wrong. There's bad things that he has done, but it's obviously clear that there's like that the support system that he needs is not in place, and that there is some like people are taking advantage of him in some way on the island, right? Like he's I don't know anything about what happened between him and his mom, other than what I see through his social media, which is probably not the best place. But he's like living in the garage in the back, and his mom and other people are like living in the house on his property. And maybe it's because he's crazy, right? Maybe not. I would like someone to go find out and say, why is this the living situation for BJ Penn?
Right. And all of that you just said is 100% it. So I hope the truth in all manners and the good truth gets found, justice be what justice has to be, but it leads to a positive outcome. We've seen other guys be in trouble and turn it around. All I can do is hope that BJ gets his fair shake and chance at life and getting things in order and the right help, right? That's all we can really hope for at this point. So, well, we're towards the end of a show, and thank you everybody who came around, stuck around, shared your 2 cents, joined in with us. Appreciate you very much. There's a little bit more stuff before I drop like the last thing. You got anything you gotta say?
Well, I'm reading the thing under now. And that's like this is a whole other spiel that I'm not even ready to. You guys know I go in on people that miss weight. I go crazy on people that miss weight.
All right. So we go from one guy that we all love, that we kind of suspect of maybe brain trauma stuff, and now the consequences years down the line of what happened from being ultra tough, and what that could mean, whether it is or not. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, okay, but that's what a lot of people think. And so I'm just gonna play this clip from this past weekend, and we have something to talk about.
Ovo je najbolji udarac I dobar sada. Još
Now, as far as I can remember, BJ only got put out, and not to sleep, but put out once, and that was at the very end of his career. Brother took some mean ass kickings a few times along the way, but never deactivated, And I know there's a talk in the neuroscience space of concussive brain trauma versus cumulative brain trauma versus getting your lights turned off and what that means. Greg Hardy has been just getting the lights turned off on him like over and over and over and over, and it's and I get it, bruh. Like, I get his past is the past. I'm not forgiving him for that. He had to, pay his dues, whatever. And to me, excessive punishment is excessive punishment. I think he's gotten his ass kicked enough, bruh. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's gotten his ass kicked enough that I can kind of be like, whatever. And at this point, it's getting a little worrisome. Not in the sense I care, like, if he's happy. I'm more worried that in a few years from now, a guy who had somewhat violent tendencies with a domestic partner, 10 years from now, whatever, if he's with another partner and the fuses fucking spaz out and some other dumb, if he acted like that when he had all the fuses and now all his fuses are blown out, you see what I'm saying? I'm not an electrical engineer.
Well, so you're definitely right that there's like, this is a problem. Like, something's got to be done. Like, so he had all, and I already get it. If you guys following me on Instagram, I already got on my soapbox with about flag football today. Like he already had the brain trauma from football. Whether you, I'm not a believer in CTE. Shocker, right? Clip this one. Clip that. See, it's real. It doesn't change your behavior. Whatever. Okay, but he already had as much CTE as you want to talk about from football. He came over from football, like. He's a weird dude. Like his interviews that he gives, all this stuff. He is a freaking weirdo. And you're right. He's been like put out cold like 10 times, and
like more.
And he missed weight by 30 pounds for this fight. If because the commission won't even in the United States, right? This was in Serbia, but the United States. In no commission in the United States will let you fight more than 10% of weight difference, right? If you've missed weight. Heavyweight is different because I could be 220 and you could be 260. But if you're 240 like Darko was and he's 295 pounds, you can't fight in America. And so there's definitely mental things going on. I don't know why he's like, the dude was an all-pro. He played football for like, to give you guys perspective, right? My part of my shtick, right, has having been in the NFL, right? I was on a practice squad. I never actually like played for the team. Greg Hardy was an all-pro, right? And everyone handles their money differently, but I would like to believe he's got some left, right? That it didn't all go to court cases. He had bonuses in the UFC. Like, what is he fighting for? Why is he flying to Serbia and getting knocked out for?
You know, dude, after seeing so many athletes burn through their money and screw it up, I can't be surprised. Like, dude, we were just talking the other week about Money Mayweather and the guy who made the most. He's made the most out of anybody in combat sports by like a country mile, and now he's having dollar problems. And there's an endless number of pro athletes who's made over 100 million, and they can't buy a Subway sandwich right now. So, I don't know. But the other part, I guess I'll go to the happy part. Shout out Serbia. Shout out to Serbia for understanding what heavyweight means. All right. Apparently we don't understand the term. It should be unlimited. There's no limit. So shout out Serbia for understanding that. And also to his
I was gonna say shout out to Darko, right? Darko was on Team Elevation when he was in the UFC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he was fighting a lot. We were both light heavyweights together. And he left and went to heavyweight. But shout out to Darko for showing why that 260, like being fatter than me isn't helpful, right? Being like it's not helpful to just be fatter than me. I'll still knock you out, right?
That's it. Well, just Greg Hardy, I have nothing really to say about your career, bro. You're a grown man, do that. But I hope your brain holds it together, because I don't want to see another BJ Penn-esque story from our sport. I don't want to see those things for anybody, really. So that's it.
Yeah, and not to belabor the point, but I'm about to, right? This only goes one way, right? He's been on a downward spiral. There's been no uptick in this spiral, right? He can't fight in the UFC anymore, so now he's fighting in Serbia. Then he's going to go fight in Afghanistan. He's going to go fight in all these places. The only way this ends, right, is with what you said, him being so mentally broken that he has some domestic violence thing and gets put in jail forever, or he dies in the ring. Like, there's no happy ending to Greg Hardy keep fighting. So
yeah,
stop giving him fights, Serbia. All these,
No, but he has. You're exactly right. He's literally fallen down the rung. He's used up all the leagues here in America. He's done goofy tag team boxing stuff. He's used up every avenue stateside, and now he's going on the global tour. It doesn't, folks, if you've been around the sport long enough or had icons, if you've ever seen someone who's punch drunk, it hurts. It hurts the soul. You don't really want that for anybody. Well, that's a super positive way to end the show, but that's just what it is this week. Folks, once again, like, subscribe, appreciate it. Thank you guys for spending your time with us. You've gone the distance. If you like the videos and clips, join us live Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Figure it out in your own time zone. Appreciate it. And it's been a good time. We'll see you next time. But in the meantime, stay fully hydrated. All right.